Welcome to VAR India News Hour. Bugs in billions of Wi-Fi leads to password and data theft. Researchers from Darmstadt University of Brescia, CNIT, and the Secure Mobile Networking Lab have discovered security vulnerabilities in Wi-Fi chips that can be exploited to extract passwords and manipulate traffic on a Wi-Fi chip by targeting a device's Bluetooth component. Modern consumer devices such as smartphones or tablets have single chip systems with separate Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and LTE modules, each with their own security implementation. Most often, however, these components share the same resources such as the antenna or the frequency spectrum. Due to this, the developers managed to make the SoC more energy efficient. In addition, throughput is increased and data transmission delays are reduced. The researchers said that the shared resources of wireless modules can be in use by attackers as bridges to launch privilege escalation attacks. After carrying out such an attack, an attacker can remotely execute code on the targeted device as well as read data from memory and affect its performance. The researchers have detailed in a recently published paper that it is possible to use these shared resources as bridges for launching lateral privilege escalation attacks across wireless chip boundaries. Researchers have worked with a variety of wireless adapters from Broadcom, Cypress, and Silicon Labs that are in use in billions of electronic devices around the world. All vulnerabilities found are reported to the vendors, and some of them release appropriate security fixes whenever possible. However, not everyone does this, since in some cases the support period for devices is already ended or it is simply impossible to fix the problem with software patches. The implications of these attacks include code execution, memory readout, and denial of service. While the code execution vulnerability is rooted in architectural issues of specific chips and uncovering required reverse engineering efforts, DOS and information disclosure attacks of a more general nature can directly be derived from the openly available coexistence specifications, concludes the paper. Wireless coexistence enables new escalation strategies based on hardwired inter-chip components. Since the attack vector lies directly between the chips, it bypasses the main operating system. A full fix will require chip redesigns. Current firmware fixes are incomplete. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. US approves Google Meta for undersea fiber optic cable. US security officials recommended approval for Google and Facebook Incorporation's parent Meta platforms to build an undersea fiber optic cable linking the US to Taiwan and Philippines. Assistant Attorney General Matthew G. Olson of the Justice Department's National Security Division said these agreements enable Google and Meta to take advantage of critical additional cable capacity while protecting US persons' privacy and security through terms that reflect the current threat environment. Airtel prepays Rs 15,519 crore for spectrum liabilities. Bharti Airtel has paid 15,519 crore rupees to the Department of Telecom towards prepayment of the entire deferred liabilities pertaining to spectrum acquired in auction of the year 2014. These liabilities were due in annual installments from financial year 2026 to 27 to 2031 and 32 and carry an interest rate of 10% and an average residual life of more than 7 years. The company had acquired 128.4 MHz spectrum, including Telenor spectrum, for a consideration of Rs 19,051 crore in the auction. Zudo Manuscript targets thousands of ICS systems. A new piece of malware named Zudo Manuscript has targeted more than 35,000 computers across 195 countries. This new malware contains advanced spying capabilities and has been seen targeting both government organizations and industrial control systems across numerous industries. It has similarities with the advanced persistent threat group Lazarus's Manuscript malware. India jumps to 4th rank among the most spam call affected nation. Truecaller reported India's position moved up from 9th to the 4th spot this year in the tally of top 20 countries affected by spam calls, owing to a significant increase in sales and telemarketing calls. The topmost scam in the country remains the popular KYC scam, where fraudsters pretend to be a bank, wallet or digital payment service and ask for user KYC documents. Over 202 million spam calls were made by just one spammer in India between January to October, which is over 6.64 lakh calls every day and 27,000 calls every hour of every day. CAIT accuses Shopee, as a Chinese firm, has entered India illegally. The Confederation of All India Traders has written to Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, as well as the competition regulator, to take action against e-commerce company Shopee for unauthorized entry into the country. According to CAIT, the company is Chinese and has violated the Foreign Direct Investment Policy of 2020. CAIT secretary said that Shopee is a Chinese e-commerce giant and started its operation in India through SPPIN India Private Limited, formed by two holding companies, both registered in Singapore. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VAR India News Magazine. You can download the VAR India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.